We need to have a serious conversation because things are getting absolutely out of control in the United States of America when it comes to debt. Back in 2008, we had a massive housing crash, and this was due to subprime loans. This is also due to very, very unethical behavior by the banks. If you wanted to come in and buy a house, they would basically give loans to anybody, regardless of their income or whatever. And this was actually very dangerous because it imposed a lot of risk. So basically, the banks were loaning money out to people to buy properties or to buy things that they couldn't afford. And I get it, everybody deserves a good quality of life. However, if you can't afford something, you shouldn't maybe buy or try to get a loan out. In some cases, that's okay. But today in 2023, US credit card debt just hit over $1 trillion. Yes, credit card debt. And we also have a lot of traditional financial entities saying that we're not in a recession, that inflation is transitory, all of those moronic things, which is fake, okay? Once inflation happens and cost goes up for things, because the value of the US dollar goes down, it's going to stay that way. It's not going to go down. Inflation is not transitory. It's not something that's going to retort back to what it was. Cost of goods, the way things are going as far as prices go, are going to continue to stay up. Maybe with real estate, we might see fluctuation there because it's a little bit different because it's backed by loans. But when we're talking about prices of goods and services, those things are going to continue to stay up due to inflation. And US credit card debt is actually very, very dangerous because credit card, like pretty much anybody can get a credit card. They allow you to get a credit card right when you get out of school. Or 18. And most people aren't educated in how to budget, how to manage money, and all those things. And that's why credit cards are dangerous, because a lot of people do not understand that if you spend X amount of dollars over a 5-year, and you're paying it back over a 5-year period, the amount of interest you're paying. And that's a lot of money. Like the way I was brought up in a very poor household, and I was always taught, do not buy something if you don't have actual cash for it. But again, I understand people do need to take loans out for things to afford food or shelter, clothing, like basic necessities. I get that. I'm not shaming none of you because we are in a recession and things are tough. But with this credit card debt, where it's now at an all-time high, and a lot of people have access to borrowing money when it's not good for them. It could be very, very dangerous because they're not going to be making enough to pay that back. And that's present with student loans. So some of the stats for this, okay? And this is also why we Bitcoin. Back in 2008, because of the housing crash, that's when Bitcoin was born. So people could actually have hard money, so the government couldn't print more. And with USD, we can just simply print more. And that's what the government's been doing. Taxpayers, you and me, are paying them back. But anyways, around $5,000 debt per credit card holder. The average interest rate on credit cards is above 20%, highest on record. Imagine paying back a $5,000 credit card bill on 20% for like the next 5 years. That is absolutely ridiculous. Like, the cost increases for that good that you bought. Anyways, credit card debt was $736 billion in April of 2021 and increased by 36% in the last 2 years. That's partially due to the panorama. It's due to the economy. It's due to inflation. It's due to the government printing money like absolutely crazy people. And according to Bloomberg, Gen X has the highest average credit card debt of any generation, estimated to be $8,266. And a side note here is that the CPI data will be released Thursday, but I feel like those reports are all just a bunch of BS. And the saddest part about it is the reason why I think we have so much credit card debt is because people simply can't afford to live. And they're forced to use credit cards and to take debt out. Another big problem that we do have is that a lot of people are pushed this idea that if you want to be rich, do what the rich people do and take out debt and buy assets. That's not good though. That's not good at all. The reason why is these rich people, they actually have liquidity to pay those loans off if something goes bad. With poor people, we don't necessarily have access to liquidity. We generally have to go to a check and cash place, borrow more money, open another credit card. So debt is good. Debt is good if you have enough money to pay that debt off. Like for me, for example, if I wanted to pay my house off, I probably could, but I have such a low interest rate, it doesn't make sense. Anyways, you guys, thank you for watching the O Show. Everything crypto and NFTs every day. If you got credit card debt, Dave Ramsey is a great place to start. You don't have to follow everything he does, but I think he's very, very good to listen to. And if you are in credit card debt, you are struggling, I am sending you love and light. I was once in credit card debt when I was about 18, 19, made some stupid choices, but I was able to get out of it. And I know that you guys can too. Sending love and light. Bye-bye. Oh, smash the like.